Joining us now, the man who scored that defensive touchdown. And they've been few and far between in the last few seasons. He is Isaiah Kaufusi. Welcome to the show,
Isaiah, what's up, man?
Hey, thanks for having me. It's always my privilege to join you guys.
Remind us, didn't you say you were going to house it before the game?
I did.
To one of the BYU athletics?
Yeah, I called my shot.
Yes.
In the pregame. I said, catch me in the end zone tonight. Saw a lot of things on film, so I figured, I could take a chance. Got in the end zone, so I called my shot.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen that often in football. Like Babe Ruth points to center field, puts it out, right?
Yeah.
You called a shot.
Called my shot.
That's awesome.
I love it when people call their shots, and I may be mixing stories, but I think BYU had a special teams touchdown, and one of the coaches said, "I'll shave my head if you guys get in the end zone or something."
That'd
tonight.
be weird if someone said that.
That happened as well, right?
Yeah, that's odd.
It's never good to promise that, because apparently when you do that, it happens at BYU.
I'm like 1 for 3.
Well, and actually, I was able to cut some of his hair. It was Kyle Griffiths.
It was Kyle Griffiths.
Oh, Kyle.
Yeah,
of course,
that?
Kyle would
So
say
he
that.
let the guys cut his hair.
He was the GA over
Yes.
special teams. The
Yep.
special teams blocked a punt, scored a touchdown.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, had he been dating Olivia, maybe not. But that was later, right?
Hey, Isaiah, we obviously wanted you on the show for a number of reasons, because you're a great football mind and you're just an awesome dude overall. But you had quite the take over the weekend.
It was hot, bro.
You had some spicy social media interactions with BYU fans because of this hot take. So you said that you believe the 2020 BYU football team is the best ever. You take that team against anyone. Why do you feel so strongly about that?
Just a lot of pride in my team, right? Obviously, I'm biased and partial to that 2020 team. So I saw the clip of Jimmer and Kayla, right, and obviously threw a hot take out there. Probably need to refresh on my BYU history a little bit after that. But obviously, a lot of great teams at BYU. I'm just partial to my 2020 team. I thought we did a lot of good. Coastal Carolina is kind of what I think a lot of people were pointing out, right? Kind of hinders that team as the best BYU team ever. But, just looking at the guys, I mean, the guys that we had, the talent that it produced into the NFL, partial to my 2020 team.
It was a special group, no doubt. Is it the best ever? For most people, probably not. It's 84, or in the case of Spence, 83.
Right.
We had it, both at number 8 all time. It's just so hard to know, because you had to play the schedule you had to play.
Right.
So what's the argument, in your opinion, for why it should be way up there, given you just had to play the schedule you had to play, and you guys were 1 yard short of undefeated?
Yeah, I mean, it was out of our control, right? Like, we couldn't control the COVID, kind of scene and what had happened in the schedule. Tom, I think, did a great job at getting games on our schedule, right? So we couldn't control that. Really wish we could have played the schedule that we had slotted, because I think it would have proved, we could have been a lot higher. So, with that being said, I think it's easy to look back at it, in hindsight, for me. But yeah, that's, I think, where I'm at.
So what's the key now for Kalani Sitake in year 2 of the Big 12 to get back to those winning ways? And I'm not saying that BYU needs to go out and win 11 games while playing in the Big 12. That's a massive ask. That's like potential college football playoff caliber team. If you
win 11, you're probably going
in the Power 5. Yeah. But what's the key to taking the next step back in that direction of the teams in 2020 and 2021 specifically?
Yeah, to me, I think the formula starts with leadership, right? We were talking earlier about the guys that are experienced. So I'd love to see the guys like Ben Bywater and Tyler Batty, Micah Harper returning, or Jacob Robinson. So to me, the formula is leadership first, right? Then that translates into accountability, right? Holding the guys in the room, offense, defense, accountable, right, to doing their job. And then from there, that creates guys who make plays, right? Teams that make plays together, sacks, strip sacks, fumbles, interceptions. Like, I think, to me, that's the key, specifically, is leadership, accountability, and then making plays.
That was a big question mark last year. Who's the guy? Who's the leader, specifically on defense?
Yeah, and I think they figured out some of those answers, right? Going into this year, you feel like those guys that you listed, those first 3 you listed, by the way, were on the 2020 team.
See, there we go.
It's been a hot minute, right? With Ben Bywater and Mike Harper and Tyler Batty. I think, too, okay, you don't have to be bad to be good, but you can certainly use that frustration. 2017, 4-9. 2018 and 19, you guys were very young but very talented. We look back at those teams, we're like, look who was on those teams. And you guys were close to being very good, 7-6, 7-6, and then you flipped the switch. What motivation did you have going into that year? Not only of, hey, we just want to play football, but, hey, we're better than 7-6, and we're going to show you.
Well, yeah, it goes back to the leadership, right? I think the core group of guys that were on the team had experienced the 4-9 in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So then, that offseason was one of the worst, I think, offseasons that I had been a part of. But it taught us, hey, this is like what it takes to be great. And then you build on it in 18 and then 19. And then finally in 20, it kind of culminated to that point where, the leaders in the room said, this is how it's going to be, right? We talked about me calling my shot. It was very similar, right? We almost called our shot saying, hey, 2020 is going to be different.
Like you manifest
We
it.
manifested
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I like that. And maybe that is the case this year, we're hoping. We're hoping that men's hoops, what happened with them, which they added Ali Khalifa and Dawson Baker out of the portal. That was kind of it, right? And Dawson can't really play. It's just Ali. Yet they're way better. BYU football hasn't had a ton of pieces yet. We're hoping that kind of principle that we've talked about of the frustration of last year.
The core is
5
back.
and 7. The core is back. You didn't add a ton of pieces, but you're hoping the existing pieces are way better.
Yeah, and I mean, I look at the last 2 games specifically, right? Like a lot of hope from those 2 games because I think, obviously we didn't win those 2 games, but we saw a glimpse of what BYU football can be like playing against really high caliber teams.
We're talking Oklahoma
and Oklahoma State, right? And so, but it does start with the core guys, and it's in today's landscape with the portal and just NIL, like it's hard to do. It's hard to surround the core group of guys and then get guys to come in and also buy in. So, really optimistic though about this year.
Former BYU linebacker Isaiah Kaufusi is with us on BYU Sports Nation. Let's just ask the question straight up. Why do you believe, and maybe leadership factors into this, BYU will downright be a better football team in 2024 than they were in 2023? Like, what are you circling as this is the reason they're going to be better?
Yeah, I think it's just time, right? Like talking to my brother who's in the linebacker room, Micah, right? Seeing his growth from the first year that, Jay came in and brought his defense and, seeing him confused and like not really understanding the defense to now in the spring, like totally different level, right? He understands the defense. And I think that's probably consistent across all the guys. Specifically, I'm talking defense because I'm a defensive mind, but I think it's the same offensively, right? We've had the guys, they've understand the offense, the defense, the special teams. Now we can build at a foundation that I think is different than last year.
Give me the perspective from a defender of, okay, when the offense is moving the ball and scoring, what kind of impact that has on you? Because last year, obviously, BYU was not good at running the football. They were behind the chains. Keaton Slovis gets hurt. They're struggling on offense. That certainly affected the defense. In spite of some good amount of takeaways, some good stops, and some games, didn't have enough, right? What's the effect that a run game could have on the defense this year?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, obviously, time on the field, right? When you can get a break and you can get some time off the field, you can like talk with your coaches, you can collaborate. Like that time is very key for like defensively. But then also just momentum, right? Like we talk about, and I'm a stats major, right? So the expected points of offenses, right, as they get into certain zones
EPA
of the field. Yeah, like that all factors into it as well. So to me, the run, like offensive production is huge for defense, right? It's not only a morale thing, but statistically, right, it plays into effect.
What are the metrics you like then, Mr. Stats Major?
Man, I mean, so I actually was looking at the stats from last season. So like rush defense could get a lot better, right? Like those are the things that I'm looking at is how do we, like, because that, to me, that's kind of the mentality of the defense. Like, can you stop the run, right? It's man versus man, coach versus coach. Like, who's going to win? So, to me, I think that's one of the stats. And then turnovers, right? Like, that plays a huge factor into if you can win games or not.
You just talked about your brother. You've mentioned Ben Bywater. What do you think of this BYU linebackers group overall? Because there's a case that they are one of the deepest position groups on this team. So what do you think of the linebacker core and where they are going to take the next step?
I'm really excited, right? I get reflecting on, obviously my 2020 year. I was really one of the only older, returners that came back, and then all of them were, Peyton Wilgar, Max Tooley, a lot younger, right?
They were
so
like
I see
sophomores at that
they're
point,
all sophomores.
Yeah.
I see a lot of similarities here, right? We have Ben and Harrison Taggart, and then a lot of young guys, right? Like Isaiah Glasker, who I'm really bullish on, really excited to see how he plays, and then obviously Ace and Micah.
Sialia Serra.
And Jack
right?
Kelly is the big transfer in
Exactly.
that room, right?
Yeah, so I'm excited about them. I think the one thing I would love to see out of them is turnovers, right? Making plays. I think that's what this defense, like when it's really good, when we can get a good push up front, we can stop the run, get pressure, when we can lock it down in the secondary, like the linebacker position should thrive. So,
And it's never been a position where we've been like, oh, we're not talented enough. We don't have enough
right,
guys.
yeah, we
can
so
recruit
many,
linebackers.
We've got so much talent in that
Yeah.
room. So I'd love to see them make plays, and I think the experience in the defense is going to enable that.
Yesterday or recently this week, Austin Rivers said he could take 30 NBA players and put them in the NFL right now. What's your opinion on that? Because that's been a very polarizing subject.
I don't know. That's tough. I mean, I can't see Kevin Durant out there anywhere, right? Like playing football.
Like Russell Westbrook could probably play corner due to his quickness.
Oh, that's hard though. That's one of the hardest positions on the field.
But the physicality, yeah.
Yeah, but yes.
I don't see it the other way either, by the way.
No, I don't
30
either.
NFL players in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think so. It'd probably be easier to go from the NBA to the NFL.
Why is that?
The athleticism?
I think it's just the skill, like the skill abilities, right? Dribbling, shooting at a high level, that's got to be tough.
You're just too tall in some spaces, too. Speaking of, Caleb Lohner, former BYU basketball
Yeah.
player, Baylor, going to Utah for football.
I saw that. It's interesting.
Yeah, what's your reaction to that? That's pretty interesting.
I mean, good for him, right? I'm always happy to see athletes, right, when they can, find a place to that was welcoming to them. NIL is very interesting. It's kind of an interesting time. I'm old school, right? So when you commit to a school, to me, that's where you played.
I love that you said you're old school. You were here like 4 years ago.
Yeah, no.
But everything has changed.
But it has
Right?
changed.
It's a totally different
Right?
world from 4 years ago.
Wild.
Yeah, and then it's I love to see that the NIL and taking care of the players, right? I'm a huge fan of that and an advocate of that. Wish there were some sort of regulations across the NCAA, but Caleb Lohner, good for him. It'll be interesting to see how he does, and hope the best for him.
All right, we need an update on your life. I mean, I know you're in stats and you're doing well in the private sector, but what's happening with your family and what's the latest there?
Yeah, so I've got 2 kids. We just celebrated my oldest son's 5th birthday yesterday. So I've got a 5-year-old, I've got a 2-year-old come August, and my wife is actually expecting a baby girl.
Congratulations.
So
Very nice.
I'm going to be a girl dad. That's
go.
something I'm really looking forward to.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, congrats, and thanks for coming in. It's good
Yeah.
to see you.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.